Well, I don't know how to start this, but this is my first ever sketchbook tour. I was dreaming of making one for so long that now I can't find the right words. Inspirations, ideas, frustrations, it has everything. Be prepared to be messy in terms of time, as I skipped pages, then I went back, but that's me, I guess. If you're new here, I'm Radost, a self-taught artist working with watercolors, and I would love to share my art journey with you. This is my main sketchbook for the past year and I'm proud with it. Proud that I finished it in the first place. And the art, it's not perfect, I wish it could be better, but it shows progress and that's what makes me happy. Now I'll stop yapping and show you the sketchbook. A lot of you actually asked me about the sketchbook that I'm using. The brand is Lowell and you can find the link in the description down below. Let's now start with the tour. This is the very first page. I really want it to be special, to speak my name when you look at it. So I decided to start with my greatest inspiration, the cats, and of course my cat Oscar. He really sleeps positioned that way sometimes. And to combine cat and art, I just added some watercolor pens, my brushes and pencil. I really liked how this turned out, that I turned it into a sticker. Here it is. If you like it, welcome to my website to purchase it. I've created a whole pack actually. You should definitely check them out. The letters could have been better, but the complementary colors make it pop out. Oh, this sketchbook had traveled a lot. This is from a very inspiring trip to Portugal. I'll link the video in the description if you want to see more. I'm not good at drawing buildings, true, but it actually brings good memories. We met a fellow artist there, it was so cool. I even written down the street name here, São Lázaro, just to remind myself it was real. Then we went to Seville, Spain. There are a lot of orange trees there, and while waiting for the time to check in to the Airbnb, I decided I will draw some. So we sat in this park with the luggage and I was determined to draw these trees. But it was so hot, really hot for September, but I think I managed to make them look like trees. The oranges were actually green, but I thought if I make them orange, it will look more appealing. And this is Plaza de España in Seville again. It was really beautiful there. If you don't believe me, check the video in the description. I messed up the perspective of this one, but who cares? I was grateful that I had the opportunity to travel and actually see these things. This is a small bull sketch, as Spain is famous for its bullfights, although I haven't actually seen one. And this page is probably recognizable for some of you who'd watched my recent video. It's one of these pages that I left blank for so long and then went back to them. Some spooky Halloween stuff. Another attempt to draw houses. These are from Portugal. I got so inspired by an artist called Francisco Fonseca and his houses that I wanted to draw my version of them. Here I try to actually study how to draw houses by copying the masters. I found a book with paintings of Victorian cottages and redrew some of them. This one is actually from a picture of American chapel. This is my studio buddy Oscar again. Well, he's my muse. It's weird to be a cat of an artist, don't you think? It's good that he doesn't realize in my eyes he's a star, or does he? In this sketch is actually the whole idea behind Catwell art. It's a cat in a well, not full of water but of ideas. And all these ideas derive from the cat itself. And there is a sticker again. I can't wait to put them onto my next sketchbook. The conception of this one actually came from a Spanish TV series called El Barco. Highly recommended. The people on this ship thought that they are victims of conspiracy. That's why you can see these ropes here, symbolizing control, and are the last people in the planet. And deliberately left this one broken for an open ending. This page is really a favorite of mine because I love making portraits. I started it with Damon here from the Vampire Diaries. He's a vampire, so I thought to draw some other vampires here to make him company. Don't ask me about the plums. I don't know what the connection is, but there is one. I believe there is one. This is Akasha from Queen of the Damned, and this is just a girl that I transformed into a vampire. Here, I wanted to draw a representation of the original sin, you know, the apple and the snake, and then combine this with some abstract colors. I think about me, sometimes my drawings are darker, sometimes sweet. Just my mood reflects on them and I can't control it and I don't feel I have to. The reference I found was really good. And the colors are actually from an article that stated these exact colors can improve your mood. This cat here, I found a reference in a book and then changed the colors. The important color here is in the eyes. As you can see, the color of the steam from the mug here is the same. I'd like to call it space color. It just reminds me of that. Another portrait practice with some color pencil for the eyes. Here, I wanted to do some ink sketches but also combine it with watercolor and some geometrical stuff. I was watching Hannibal back then, and these eyes are inspired from Will Graham, one of the main characters. I really like that stare. Some other portrait practices. This one is actually from a book that I couldn't finish, but the character was cool. I was searching for some references and then transformed it a bit, but then overdone it and messed up the shoulders. This one is again from a reference exploring the original sin, or at least I thought that way when I saw it. I messed it up a little bit, but I like the hand. An apple, more realistic one. Some portraits again. Here I experimented a little, but what's common in all of them is the pink color. It all started with the pink color in her hair. The Barry cat is inspired from a short story I've written, and the other two portraits I was searching for a reference that's challenging to me for a better practice. That's my Fight Club spread. If you haven't seen it, just go and watch it, right after this video of course. I didn't want to watch it for so long. I thought it's something way different from what it actually is. Now is one of my favorites. First I drew Brad Pitt's character and left the page to paint Edward Norton, but I didn't choose the right picture and now it just doesn't look like him at all. It discouraged me and I went on and on putting the wrong colors on the wrong places, and now it looks like this. Some practices again. To connect the pages, I chose this purple color. I definitely need more practice of drawing babies. What's interesting here is that this is mixed media. We have highlighter markers, pencils, silver ink for the eye, and of course watercolors. Here I had fun with the colors again and made a purple cat. If there are purple cows, why not cats? This one here is inspired actually by the book The Cat and the City by Nick Bradley. It was about all these human fates connected to each other and this calico cat appearing everywhere, so I had to draw a calico cat. This scene I drew from a photograph, although it's something you can see very often in the countryside here. Gloomy weather, cool ravens. It reminds me of Edgar Allan Poe. I love the raven and I love ravens as well. This is a project for a birthday card for my mom. Some portrait practices. I experimented with muted palette here, earthy colors, a lot of brown. These kitties I painted on a retreat that me and my partner organized. One day just booked a cabin and restrained ourselves from social media. It was awesome. Well, this portrait is one of my favorite. I'm enchanted by her eyes, and with this portrait I actually realized that I have improved my skills, because I compared it with older geisha painting of mine and it just hit me. This is a portrait attempt of Bella Baxter from Poor Things. I actually grow on liking it every time I see it. Another portrait that I'm super happy about is this one, especially that lipstick and the confident look in her eyes. These series of portraits I made one after another and painted every day and felt that confidence in myself, confidence that I can actually draw. It's amazing feeling. Here the reference had these yellow eyeshadows and I combined it with some lemons. I'm really proud with the leaves of the lemon actually. An attempt of David Bowie portrait, as he is really inspiring for me. His music, his stage appearances, everything. A child face practice here. I made the eyes bigger than they're supposed to be, I believe, but it still looks okay. This one is a sketch from a park that's also on a video. The weather got warmer and I decided to get out of the studio and paint, and chose this lion statue. This sketch is from Amalfi Coast from a beautiful vacation in Italy. I'm happy with the colors I chose here, as this blue is really captivating. Some black cats. This one is from a photo, a Halloweeny one, but this one I actually met in Pompeii, Italy. He was so proud sitting on these old ruins. Beauty by all means. You can say that I'm obsessed with cats, as there is another one. This is an alien cat from an art challenge that I took with a fellow artist. This here was a very bold project. I love combining animals and people. There's something magical in that, but for some reason I couldn't finish it in time, and then I just left it that way. Probably won't finish it at all, I don't know. When I'm working for myself, not for commission or something, I tend to neglect some art project, but it happens rarely these days. Here I practice some food drawing. I wanted to find the right colors to make these look delicious. I even took some notes on the subject. This blue jay I had to sketch really fast, as it was a challenge with my partner that we drew from the same photo. It was really fun, although he wanted me to show him techniques and I neglected my own painting. I don't know what to say about this page. I tried to sketch from life this bridge in the park. It was a disaster and I wiped it out, literally. Another attempt of a landscape. Quick sketch, but still don't like it. Me and landscapes have a complicated relationship. This one I'd like to call abstract portrait. I applied so many weird techniques. I have a video about it. Might be interesting for some of you. The blue peonies matched perfectly the cold blue eyes. Oh, this is from a wonderful walk in the park. Again, we made a video from it. Let's just ignore the landscape. I could have done it better. Some cute geese, brambles and my favorite oak leaves. This cutie here I added later on. Another drawing from life experience and this cute horse that spent some time walking around me, like checking what I'm doing. It was so cool. These two pages I love a lot, as they combine my love for literature and art. All these are characters from books that I've read. They brought memories of younger me sitting with her books, ignoring the world. Perfect times. Definitely check that video out and try to recognize them just by a quote from a book. Some food sketching we have here. I had a great time during filming this. A delicious coffee and croissant, then some farm shopping. It was a perfect day in the countryside. This spread is inspired by my late birthday trip to Bristol. I had a wonderful time, especially in the museum as I love dinosaurs since I was a kid, and decided to draw some. Highly recommend you visiting. It's really diverse and artistic city. I actually bought my next sketchbook from Bristol, from Cassard. And here we are, the very last page, the autumnal inspirations that you probably remember from the video October days. I went on a mission to find pumpkins and found inspiration to paint. This video brought so many people to the channel, and I can't express how grateful I am for this community. How grateful I am for having you here. Let's together close this sketchbook, to close this chapter of our lives and open our hearts for new adventures, new art experiences, because I believe the best is yet to come. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. Stay creative. Bye!